Hey guys, hey. Spot's doing this video right now. No, I don't wear this exact same shirt every single day. I'm actually shooting this at the same time that I shot the other video where I was telling you guys I'm alive and I had such a great time at Civil War. But I just want to shoot this video and give you my thoughts on Captain America Civil War. Don't worry, it's not one of those. It's not one of those where I'm going to tell you guys exactly everything that happened in the movie. I'm not going to do that. This is a spoiler-free review. I like to think of it as a review, a trailer-themed review. So basically everything you've seen in the trailer is the kind of stuff I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about anything else that's going to give away anything. Just my early opinions of Captain America Civil War. So sit down, grab some oatmeal, grab some juice, sit down, maybe cut yourself up a sandwich, sit down, relax. First of all, I had a great time on the red carpet, getting a chance to see Captain America Civil War. It should be coming out first week of May. So I'm assuming that by the time you're watching this video, well, while you're watching this video, it probably hasn't come out yet. I don't think I'm going to delay getting this on YouTube, but just want to give you my opinions of Captain America Civil War, and it will be non-spoiler. So you're non-alcoholic, you prefer non-alcoholic drinks, this is the type of review that you want to be watching. Non-spoiler. Don't worry, I'm not going to be that guy. So, in the regards of Captain America Civil War, I think it was a really great movie. Generally, honestly, I think it was a really, really great movie. I don't really have many complaints, to be honest, about the movie at all. Okay, let's talk about some stuff. Let's chew the fat about this situation, this movie. The movie relatively paces well. It's not a very long movie. At least it didn't feel like it was a very long movie. It might have been, but it didn't feel like it was a long movie. It paced itself at around the same speed as Winter Soldier. So, like, I found the first Captain America was a little on the slow side because, of course, it was more a period piece. But, like, Winter Soldier was actually one of my favorite Marvel movies so far. I think I might like Ant-Man just a little bit more, because I kind of like that's a little more fantastical. But I would say that Civil War paces itself at around the same sort of pacing as Winter Soldier. So it had a lot of action moments. The quieter moments weren't slow, where if I had a watch, I'd be looking at my watch thinking, oh God, is this movie ever going to end? It wasn't like that. It was fast-paced, very action-packed. The action scenes were quite action-packed. And probably another thing that you guys are probably wanting to know is Spider-Man. What's Spider-Man like in this movie? Well, I'm not going to give away, really, again, anything above and beyond what you've seen in the trailer. So, Spider-Man is in costume. You've just given away the movie. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It was on it was in the trailer. So don't even say that. Don't even start with that. Spider-Man is in costume, and good bit of time actually gets spent with Spider-Man, so that's good. That's good. I like the costume. I thought the costume for Spider-Man actually works well. I was a little iffy on the costume, little kumsa, but all things considered, I do actually like the costume, and I think if that's the kind of costume that they're going to stick with future Spider-Man movies, I'm pretty okay with that. Something else shown in the trailer was the scene where they're at the airport and all the heroes are running at one another. Price of admission. I like to do this too. And I say I like to do this. This is the first time I've done a video review of a movie review. But price of admission for me, I would say, is that scene. Like, even if you're kind of sitting down and you're drinking your soda and you're eating your popcorn, you're like, I don't know, this movie's not selling me so far. Once you get to the airport scene, it's worth the price of admission right there. Very action-packed, very spectacular. Most of the heroes actually get a good amount of screen time, which was something else I was a little iffy about how they were going to play that out, because as you always know, when it comes to these movies, it doesn't have to be necessarily superhero movies, but just movies as a whole, the more characters you get in there, it's hard to kind of balance multiple characters in a movie. Sometimes a character just kind of walks right by and it's like, oh, who's that? Oh, that was Captain Spandex. He just walked by and that was his only cameo. Nothing like that, actually. Every hero, I would say, got a good amount of screen time. It didn't feel overly congested with heroes, which was something else I was also going to be worried about. I'm like, too many heroes could spoil the pot. I think that's actually Chef's, but you get the idea. But it didn't. I actually thought it had the right amount of superheroes. It wasn't overly saturated, which was good. Again, trying to stick with non-spoilers. Very, again, action-packed. Chris Evans delivers extremely well as Captain America. I think this almost even betters his Cap in this movie than in Winter Soldier. In Winter Soldier, I really thought Chris Evans did an outstanding job of just further establishing Captain America. I felt like in Civil War here, he basically solidifies himself as Captain America. Like, I think it's one of, I would say it is probably the best. Could be borderline with Winter Soldier, but for Captain America's performance in it, I think it's one of Captain America's better movies. If maybe it's still kind of on par with Winter Soldier, I think Captain America really rocks it in this movie. What I also do like about this movie too is that Robert Downey Jr. kind of plays a good role in it as well. It's not like Captain America and then Iron Man's just kind of shoehorned in there. No, it actually makes sense that Iron Man's in there as well. If it is at all possible that we are never ever going to get ourselves another Iron Man movie, I could see Civil War really as being Captain America 3, Iron Man 4. I mean, there's really enough time for both of those heroes that it could have easily been an Iron Man movie or a Captain America movie. It could have actually been either way. So that was good as well. I like that both main characters, of course, they represent this movie, that both main characters are given enough screen time. And they do kind of balance a good job of pacing back and forth between Iron Man's role in the movie and then Captain America's role in the movie. Plot was pretty good. It doesn't seem like there was maybe a lot of a plot, but again, like when you have a versus movie, and I'm trying to compare it to, well, I don't want to compare it to Freddy vs. Jason, but kind of that same idea. You don't really need a big establishing plot if you're going to essentially, the moment is to get the two characters going at one another. I feel like the plot was maybe not as perfect as it could be, but all things considered, for the amount of action that was in the movie, I think it kind of made up for the fact that the plot was just okay. And that's something I'm going to touch base on more so in the spoiler review, because again, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. Overall, final thoughts, movie was really good. Movie was action-packed. I felt it paced well. It didn't drag too often. I mean, there was a couple of scenes where it got a little on the slow side, but for the most part, it was very action-packed. Robert Downey Jr., it's hard for him to do a bad Iron Man movie. Even if the Iron Man movie is bad, Robert Downey Jr. in it is always really good. So I thought Robert Downey Jr. did a really great job in it. Chris Evans was really good in it. The cameos of the other superheroes, I don't know why I had to spin that out. Superheroes, the other superheroes, I think all brought enough to the table for what they needed to be, but it wasn't just a quick walk by. It wasn't like, hey, there's Vision. Hey, there's Ant-Man. It wasn't like that. They do get a fair amount of time. Spider-Man, I think price of admission was the Spider-Man part in the movie, and price of admission, I definitely would say, was the airport scene. Not that you would leave a movie. Even as bad as the movie might ever be, I would never leave a theater. But if you were ever to leave a movie like Civil War, which would be ridiculous because Civil War was actually really, really good, I would say at least hold out till that part of the movie, because you're going to be like, okay, I don't know why, I was a stupid idiot. I was actually going to leave and go see something else, but now I'm here for the rest of the movie. price of admission was the airport scene. So again, nothing really giving away anything in this part of the movie, in this review, but Spot's going to do a spoiler review. Boop, boop, boop. Spoiler review is going to be coming right around the corner. So if you guys, I don't know, maybe have seen already the movie and you want to just kind of see my thoughts of it, or you just don't care, caution to the wind. Caution to the wind, I'm just going to see what he says about it anyways, and I don't care if it's spoiled. Just fare thee be warned. I think that's right. Don't put a comment in that spoiler review. Spot, you ruined it for me, because that one is the spoiler review. This is the non-spoiler review, which this one is, if you guys see the movie, you're going to love it. Very action-packed. You guys are going to have a great time seeing it. One of the best Marvel movies, I would say. I'm still kind of on the fence. I would say maybe I like Ant-Man just a little bit more, but it is one of the best Marvel movies. You're going to have a great time watching it. When you guys do eventually see it, you don't have to go back in time, but just kind of go back to this video and put your comment down below and just say, you know what, I saw the movie, this is what I thought, and we can share. We can kind of sit down at the family table and we can just discuss stuff. We can just talk about it. But overall, I had a really good time watching the movie. The movie was really fun. It delivered everything it needed to deliver, and I walked away really happy that I saw it. There you go, guys. So stay tuned. Spot's going to do the review, the spoiler review of Captain America Civil War. So if you want spoilers, I don't know why you would, but I guess if you are a glutton for punishment, you can watch that video next. So go see the movie. It's coming out at the beginning of May. You guys are going to have a good time.